We're back with the 250 main. Round 4 from Tempe, Arizona. Sun Devil Stadium. More than 50,000 fans watching McGrath, Craig, Lusk, and Emig. And right there, Lusk makes the move on Michael Craig.
Same place he got passed by, or the same place he passed Emig. A great place to make the move after the whoops are so tired going to that corner. You tend to relax a little bit, and that's where he attacks.
But does he have the time to make up 5 seconds on a very, very tight Jeremy McGrath as we take another look?
Plenty of time left. Right there, you see nothing Craig could do there to retaliate. Just keep his balance because he knew that exiting that corner, Lusk would be in the way. Just take his time right out there in third.
And here is our leader, Jeremy McGrath. Boy, that testing between races has really paid off for Jeremy, concentrating on the start.
One thing he's doing here that I really like, and I'm seeing a little bit more and more of it in each round, is he's getting on the gas so early out of the corner. See how that, he backs that back in there, and there's not even any hesitation from being off the gas, off the brakes, and back to the throttle again.
As we look at the battle for fourth, David Huffman trying to pick up on Jeff Emig. Well, Jeremy McGrath has said that he's always been happy with the power in the chassis. It's just a little tweaking on the suspension that needed to be done.
Yeah, it seems like he's got that old rhythm back, that snap, or whatever you want to call it, the ability to just hit the smallest bump and get up over anything. He's riding with a lot more confidence than he has, I dare say, in the last 12 months.
I need to get some of that music. Whatever he's listening to, I want to hear some of that.
Even well, you had some memorable moments here in Phoenix.
Oh, God. We have to bring that up. I only rode here once, and it wasn't a good night. I think I irritated a few people on the way back to the hotel, too, in my rent-a-car. It was not a good scene.
Well, unfortunately, it was a turning point for the season, really.
Yeah, it was. This place has done that for a lot of people's career. For Emig last year, and it might be the same for Jeremy tonight.
Here was last year's winner here in Phoenix, Arizona, near Tempe, I should say. Let's go down to Marty.
Yeah, we're down here watching Randy Lawrence right on here sprint and breathe, and his man is going to be coming around right by. As soon as he goes by, we'll get a chance. Look, he's pointing to his head saying, think now, buddy, think. Randy? Let me ask you something. The guys were talking about, we talked with Jeremy, and he said he was listening to some music before the start of the race, and Bailey wants to know what the tune was, because it's really got him in rhythm.
I don't know exactly what it was. He really likes rap music, like Puff Daddy and the Notorious Big, so I'm sure it was one of them.
Okay, you want to hum a few bars for me?
No, not me.
Can you understand why this guy's got a smile on his face? His rider's well out in front.
He's riding fantastic, too.
Jeff Emig still holding off his teammate David Huffman as McGrath just continues to pull a lead. Will we have 3 different winners in the first 3 races of the season, very similar to last year? 10 laps to go, so we're at the halfway point, David.
Yeah, right now we get a look at Jeff Emig and Damon Huffman riding together. Now, the thing I see happening here is they're going to push themselves up to Mike Craig because I don't know what Mike Craig's shape is like or whatever, but in the past, he seems to have a lapse of concentration toward the end, so maybe if these 2 Kawasaki start working together, they could reel in some points there by picking up Craig.
And with 10 laps to go, which is an eternity on a Supercross track, Ezra Lusk is shaving out some time Jeremy McGrath's lead. It's not over. McGrath is going to have to ride flawless from here on out. He's going to have to get the lucky breaks to all the lappers because Lusk is gaining fast.
About a 5-second lead on Lusk right now as we take a look at the battle in back of them. McGrath, Lusk, Craig, Emig, Huffman, Henry, and LaRocco and Wyndham is now the official order.
Emig over the triple, Huffman right there. It's on a track where you've got to get real aggressive, be a little mean, unless you get a lucky break for the pass. I would be surprised to see Huffman go in there and park Emig up in the high berm somewhere. I think these two are just going to try to ride together and play off each other, push each other a little bit, try to catch Craig.
Ezra Lusk, outstanding focus. In fact, Cliff White, the 20-year veteran of Honda, compared him with Jeff Stanton's focus as far as practice and as far as race conditions. Let's get down to Marty.
Guys, you were talking about Ezra and the lead. The last 2 laps, it was 3.5 and then 3.2. And now Jeremy just goes by my position. Here comes Ezra Lusk. I can give you a quick look at my watch, and it's down to under 3 seconds, guys. He is closing.
So the young man who swept Osaka and Tokyo had a tough time starting this season in Los Angeles. As we take a look at the Honda stopwatch, is narrowing the lead.
You can see
Bill Lawrence, the lapper.
Long ways back.
Kyle Lewis, number 55, a lapper. Number 13 is Michael Craig in 3rd place. There's Emig and Huffman.
Pretty separated back to LaRocco coming through. Emig and Huffman still in their own little battle. I don't think they're going to do anything dumb with each other. The only place I can see that Huffman can make a pass clean would be through the whoops. He is a little bit faster there. Not every lap. Sometimes if he stays close, he'll be able to make that move. Yeah,
Emig just barely holding on. Huffman has given him a great challenge.
If Huffman was on a different color motorcycle just then, that would have been a pass. Wouldn't have been pretty.
Check out the lap time, 52.9.
That's a good lap. That's about what they're running the heat races, but needs to be about a 51. Keep Lusk off of him.
That's it. Lusk is doing better than that. Damon Huffman trying everything he knows to move up the ladder and get by Emig.
Now, he just made a costly mistake right there. He needed to stay close, entering the whoop section. That's where he could make a pass, and he made a mistake right at the entrance of it.
You know, I take back what I said about Mike Craig earlier. He's riding very solid right now. And Emig and Huffman, again, they're really not pushing each other like I thought they were. Instead, they seem to be, you know, kind of jockeying for position. And Craig's looking pretty solid for that podium right now.
Taking a look at the Suzuki Field summary, McGrath, Lusk, Craig in the podium spots, but Jeff Emig. And it should be Huffman, along with LaRocco, after Huffman, and Wyndham is following LaRocco.
Now look at this gap. McGrath coming out of the corner, only got about a 2-second lead now on Lusk. He knows he's there. Here's a tough thing. When you're out in front leading and it looked like McGrath was just going to run away with this, and you get in that mode, you feel like, okay, everything's clicking, I'm looking good. All of a sudden, this guy starts catching it. You've got to do something different, pick up the pace, and that is so hard to do.
Let's go down to Marty Reed. Marty.
Well, guys, we're down here waiting for Ezra Lusk to come by. You can see Mike Gosler, his mechanic. He's got the stopwatch running, and it is less than 2.5 seconds. Ezra is closing, and we've still got 5 laps to go. Goose, I know you want to watch your guy, but can you take a moment to tell us what's gotten into him, because he is really closing down here in the last half.
Yeah, I think he's staying pretty consistent. I think Jeremy just made a couple mistakes on the last lap, and he got a little bit of time on him.
You got enough time to win this thing?
We got 5 laps to go. We're going to wait and see.
Okay. He's got a little smile on his face.
He thinks, well, he's got nothing to lose, that's for sure. He's got a mile over third and everything to gain.
I'll tell you one thing that's going to play into Lusk's hands is, remember this, they're lapped up to about the 12th place guy. The next guys in front of them, the guys they're going to lap are Albertine, Ward, Brown, Pichon, Button. Those guys are not going to pull over for anybody. It doesn't matter whether they get the blue flag or not, and that's going to play into Lusk's hands.
Craig still in 3rd, but Emig and Huffman still battling it out for 4th.
Looks like Huffman is just being frustrated right here. I think he's riding a little bit better than Emig. There he goes up the inside. Emig's just going to, I thought he was going to let him have it.
Looks like they're dancing out there, doesn't it?
Yeah, they're just playing around, I think.
Well, believe me, they're trying everything they can, but these kinds of corners and the way you've got to ride and the way the block passing is taking place, I just never liked this kind of layout. I never did well here, and I think especially Emig.
I was going to say you're a little prejudiced, though. Jean-Michel Bale loved it.
Yeah, well, there's guys that do, but it just doesn't look like Emig's comfortable out there.
Here we see McGrath coming up on those lap drivers are studying about. Now, let's see if
This might be a big factor, David.
Yeah, I'd like to see, like right here, you can see the 2 Suzukis getting together. Now, I don't think they're going to let McGrath by. Watch this. Lusk is going to pull right up.
Oh, baby.
See the blue flag waving, but I don't think those guys are paying attention because they're racing for points too.
That's absolutely right. With 3 laps to go, can Ezra Lusk pick up on Jeremy McGrath? Lusk now is about 6 bike lengths as they go through the whoops.
Whoa, Lusk got out of control, but he wants it bad. He
He's hanging on.
He didn't know
Ezra
that.
Lusk is putting his heart into it.
4 more top lap riders coming up. You see how good it did for Lusk that time. He's going to have Brown, and he's going to have Albertine he's going to lap next.
Boy, adrenaline right now is at an all-time high. The crowd is into it. You can barely hear.
Albertine, number 7. Mike Brown, number 100, as Jeremy McGrath has Ezra Lusk right on his back cover. And Ezra Lusk collides with Jeremy McGrath. The bump and run. That's what you got to expect on this track. Ezra Lusk has taken the lead from Jeremy McGrath. Here comes Jeremy right back in the timing section. Jeremy McGrath, Ezra Lusk. Ezra Lusk is out in front. Noses out. Will McGrath put it to him?
Yeah, he did.
Yes, sir. Turnabout's fair play, but Ezra slips it and now has a pretty good clear shot.
McGrath's got to run at the whoops. McGrath's been exiting the whoops fantastic that particular time through. Lusk got a great burst of power. If McGrath can't get any closer than this, he won't be able to do anything. He's got to get right there and take advantage of anything that...
Let's take another look at both of those passes now, and we'll keep you posted verbally.
Well, let's stop the finish line jump. The first one, Lusk. McGrath just left that door a little bit too far open. Lusk went in there. He looks back like, sorry, dude, I had to get in there and make the pass. McGrath right here, across the inside.
Oh, the white flag lap. Here comes Lusk and Jeremy. Bar to bar. Lusk trying to get around the lappers. Jeremy bar to bar with Lusk through the timing section. Lusk just barely noses out with good timing and good power.
Now right here, Lusk doesn't know what to do. It's a slow race through every corner because they've got to protect that line.
This is the final lap. Can Ezra Lusk make it 2 in a row? Can Jeremy McGrath win his first race of the season? Becoming only the 2nd rider in Supercross history to make a win on 3 different brands. But Ezra Lusk now has the advantage. Let's check it out as they approach Albertine now.
The last corner is going to be interesting. McGrath's got to get a little closer, but the last corner is wide open.
Ezra Lusk takes the inside line. The checkers for Ezra Lusk. Ezra Lusk winning his 4th career victory. His first ever back-to-back Supercross victory. Oh, my goodness. Last year's 2 wins, Orlando and Pontiac, separated by a 3rd in St. Louis. And look at there, Jeff Stanton, Mike Gosler. Is that a happy bunch? Ezra Lusk got here in Phoenix without his luggage. He had a 2-day growth beard. He actually looked older than he does with that baby face of his. He had to borrow knee braces to practice yesterday. Puts on the goggles. It's hard to contain him. And as high as Ezra Lusk is right now, I'm sure Jeremy McGrath, who takes over the points lead, quite possibly, I haven't added him up yet, Jeremy McGrath is probably extremely disappointed right about now after one of the great crowd-pleasing races of the year. We'll be right back. Marty Reed has the wonderful pleasure of talking with both these young men. As Jeremy McGrath, you see, great sportsmanship. He knows he's in the hunt. We'll be right back with their comments.